we promised that you're going to ask me a tough question. I don't know if it's going to be tough or not. What have you got for me?
Well, here we go. I like the message of grace that you are teaching. A friend of mine really embraced the message 2 years ago. Since then, he's become very sloppy in his Christian life and doesn't really go to church anymore. I'm concerned that the message of grace is having this effect on people, and this is from Kwame.
Well, Kwame, as right here, so I do answer the whole thing. Kwame said here that this person had really embraced the message of grace. You know, grace means God's unmerited favor credited to you because of Jesus Christ. And in fact, what the Bible tells us is that when we really, to quote Kwame here, really embrace that message, we don't become sloppy. And the Apostle Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, he says, I labor more than any one of you. He says, yet it's not me laboring, but it is the grace of God in me that urges me to even be a hard worker. So in the Apostle Paul's life, it doesn't seem that the message of God's unmerited favor, that you don't get what you deserve, but you get what Jesus Christ deserved, that message didn't make him lazy or laid back. It actually had the opposite effect as compared to the person who is Kwame's friend here. And but I sympathize with the questioner because some people just use the message of God's favor. Maybe it's just something that's convenient for the moment, and they hear a little bit about it, and then they say, well, that sounds good, you know. Jesus took all my sins, and so I don't have to be worried about anything. Yeah, that's true. Jesus took all your sins. It's absolutely true. But the question is, now that you are liberated, now that you're set free, what are you going to do with that liberty? And what I've found, Megan, is that I am more energetic. I am more zealous for God. I'm more excited about Jesus now that I'm preaching the radical grace of God. How about you? Have you become sloppy in your Christian life?
No, and you know, it's funny. I would use the exact same word. You become energized, and you just are more energized, excited, and you become. I think it has the opposite effect, really, like you said.
Yeah, you don't feel like you have to do
Not
things
at
for
all.
God.
No, exactly. And there's such a rest in it, and it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
It's really refreshing.
So if you're not able to do something one day, you know God's still for you.
Absolutely.
Amen. Well, keep sending your questions. I hope that answer helps you a little bit.